Hello, everyone, and welcome to the Office of International Students and Scholars Cali Training here at UCSB. Thank you so much for joining me today to learn more about UCSB and all the nooks and crannies of your immigration status. Everyone here at OISS and UCSB are so excited to have you on campus soon. So let's go ahead and get started with the training. So, a little bit about myself, your host. My name is Felipe Recinos, and I am one of the international student advisors for OISS. I'm a proud gaucho, having graduated from UCSB in 2018. My first language is actually Spanish, having been born in El Salvador. So, we're going to discuss a few things here in this training. We're going to have a little bit of an overview of UCSB or UC Santa Barbara, an overview of the Office of International Students and Scholars, also known as OISS. We'll go over how you will prepare for your departure from your home country, what you should do when you arrive in the US, and all the basics for maintaining your immigration status. So, to start with, the University of California, Santa Barbara is part of the public California university system known as University of California, or UC. Besides UCSB, there are 9 other UC campuses throughout all of California. UCSB became the third UC in 1944. UCSB has a total student population of almost 30,000 students. Essentially, this is comprised of both undergraduate and graduate students who are both can be international or domestic students, as long as well as all the students who are currently enrolled. OASS also helps oversee the post-graduation work authorization of about 620 alumni who are currently working in the US after graduating. UCSB also has 5 colleges or schools: the College of Letters and Science, College of Creative Studies, the College of Engineering, the Bren School, and the Grivet School. The majority of both undergraduate and graduate students will be a part of the College of Letters and Science. But graduate students will most likely be working with the graduate division more than the College of Letters and Science itself. And of course, the Grivet School of Education is for folks who are getting or receiving a higher degree in education, and the Bren School is for folks getting a higher degree in environmental studies. So, a little bit more about UCSB and what the campus has to offer. Although OISS does oversee your immigration status, your student visa, there's so many other departments on campus that have a direct overview of different aspects of your life at UCSB. For example, the BARC office oversees your tuition and billing. All of the fees you are required to pay for at UCSB will be charged to your BARC account. If you have any questions about why you're getting billed a certain thing or how to pay for your tuition, you should be contacting the BARC office. Next, we have the Office of the Registrar that oversees the majority of the academic sort of requirements of all students. They oversee cancellation of registration, enrollment, your gold account where you sign up for courses. They will oversee your essentially the enrollment here at UCSB. We also have on campus the UCSB Student Health Clinic. This is your main go-to place for all your medical needs, as it is located on campus and closer to any other provider in the area. They have social workers, doctors, physician assistants, and they can help you in a lot of different ways. Student Health also oversees the UC scholarship insurance. So if you have any questions about that, you should contact Student Health. We also have residential and community living, which is the department that oversees all of the university owned apartments and residence halls on campus. Campus housing, each of the buildings have a resident director and an assistant resident director who oversee a team of resident assistants, or known as RAs, who can definitely help support your transition to UCSB and campus life. And we also offer academic advising on campus. OISS does not partake in academic advising. All of our advising pertains to your immigration status. But you have two different entities you can contact for academic advising. One would be the college you're in, whether that be engineering, creative studies, or LNS. You can also have specific major department advising. Each department for a major has a designated academic advisor who can help support you with major specific academic requirements. Also, UCSB has what is called Student Affairs. That is a unique part of the US higher education system. Student Affairs is basically um, a division on campus that helps support students in different ways. The first one of the resources is CLAS, Campus Learning and Assistance Services. This is essentially a tutoring service that helps with undergraduate courses or lower division undergraduate courses within the math, statistics, economics, biology, chemistry, and other fields. They also help with time management skills, how to effectively participate in lecture. They help review essays. They're a great service. Also, we have career services. They help support students who are trying to figure out a career path. They can help with resume writing, cover letter writing, internship, interview practice. They can help you out in a lot of different ways. And we also have counseling and psychological services known as CAPS. This is the top mental health resource on campus besides student health. CAPS has psychologists that can help support you through tough moments of your mental health, whether that be due to personal or academic issues. They're there to support you and help connect you to other resources for your mental health. And of course, we have the Office of International Students and Scholars, us, OISS, who we support you in making sure you're maintaining your immigration status and how to maintain that so you're eligible for post work authorization or even to transfer to grad school. So, next we have an overview of the office. Our main goal is to support student and scholars, whether on an F or J1 visa, as well as staff and faculty, as the scholar side of the office supports employment-based visas for staff and faculty on campus. We do this by providing timely immigration advice, news, and updates. We also provide one-on-one immigration-related advising and recommendations for campus programs and resources. We collaborate with campus departments to provide global perspective via trainings, events, and programming. OISS likes to think that we help support to bring the world to UCSB. We are here to serve international and domestic students. So we're going to continue the overview of OISS with some immigration information. Here are some terms that you should be on the lookout for. Your I-20 is a document issued by OISS if you are applying for an F1 visa. A DS-2019 is also issued by OISS so that you can apply for a J1 visa. So all students who are on F1 student status should have an I-20. All students on a J1 student status should have a DS-2019. If you are applying for an F1 visa, you should not have a DS-2019. If you're applying for a J1 visa, you should not have an I-20. Make sure that you never let your I-20 or DS-2019 expire. You can double check the end date on the first page of your document, and essentially your document is what allows you to remain in the US. So if you do surpass the end date, we want to make sure that you can remain in the US lawfully. The Student and Exchange Visitor Information System, or SEVIS, is essentially the information system platform OISS uses to generate your DS-2019 or I-20, and it holds your student immigration information. You'll be hearing OISS use the term SEVIS quite a few times. Your visa is issued by the U.S. Department of State, so you can enter the U.S. Your immigration document, whether I-20 or DS-2019, goes hand in hand with your visa. The visa allows you to enter the U.S., and the I-20 or DS-2019 allows you to remain in the U.S. And your I-94 is an electronic document that is issued by Customs and Border Protection, or CBP, when you enter the U.S. border in an F1 or J1 status. Continuing with the overview of OISS, we do a lot of cultural programming, as mentioned in a few previous slides. We participate and create in social, cultural, and professional programs. We love to connect the international students and scholars with our campus resources. We highlight the value of international academic and cultural exchange. Some of the collaborations we have with other departments on campus, which have created ongoing programs, include the English conversation programs, international language exchanges, typically done with the Education Abroad program, career services, immigration, and employment workshops that we work with career services and the Education Abroad program, the annual International Education Week, and of course the welcome party at the beginning of fall quarter. So now we want to talk about the departure and arrival that you'll be having in the next couple of months. So with you on your carry-on, you must have the following documents: your I-901 CVIS fee receipt, which shows that you paid that fee, your I-20 or DS-19, depending on your visa type, and your valid passport with the valid F1 or J1 visa. You will be interacting with Customs and Border Protection when you enter the US. These are the folks who will be checking for your visas and making sure you haven't brought along anything not allowed in your suitcase or luggage. You will also be checking for your electronic I-94 record once you arrive in the US. Their website, you can just Google I-94 and you should be able to reach that website. And getting to campus. So Santa Barbara does have its very own airport. If you do arrive to Santa Barbara via the Santa Barbara airport, you can just Uber or Lyft to campus or wherever you'll be staying. If you are flying to California through the Los Angeles International Airport, or LAX, you do have the option to book a ticket with the Santa Barbara Airbus. It's a Santa Barbara company that has a bus shuttle specifically from SB to Los Angeles International Airport. And very important, once you are in the US and have arrived at UCSB, you must submit the online OISS check-in forms. These forms include the new student local address e-forms, new student Cali Quiz form, and new student arrival documents. If you do not submit these required check-in forms, this could lead to your CVIS record or student immigration record being auto-terminated. We definitely do not want that to happen. Okay, and so we have a few basic standards for maintaining your immigration standard. So as mentioned, your I-20 and DS 2019 should never be expired and should be the most up-to-date version with you. Your passport should be valid. If you're nearing expiration of your passport, you can look into applying for a new one. And of course, maintaining the I-94 as well. You also are required to update your local living address anytime you move. So when you first arrive at UCSB, you will submit your local living address and you will do so again whenever you move. Please keep in mind that updating your local living address on your Gold account is separate from updating your local living address on UCSB Global. All students must maintain a full course of study. Undergraduate students must maintain a minimum of 12 units per quarter. Graduate students must maintain a minimum of 8 units per quarter. Students are allowed to travel internationally while on an F1 or J1 visa, but your I-20 or DS 2019 must always have a valid travel signature. This is a way for Customs and Borders to know that you are maintaining active status and that has been verified by your university. Typically, travel signatures are valid for 1 year, and you do not have to receive an updated travel signature until that year passes. Major changes should always be reported to UCSB OISS. For example, if you are an economics major and changing to biology, that is a required major update as it will appear on your I-20 or DS 2019. But we do need to update your document if you are going from, for example, a Bachelor's of Science in Environmental Studies to a Bachelor of Arts in Environmental Studies. Those will appear as the same on your document. For employment, there's a difference between off-campus work and on-campus work. Um, all students are eligible to work on campus. If you do not have a social security number, you'll need to submit a on-campus employment request form. All J1 students must always request for authorization for on-campus work. Any off-campus work, regardless of F1 or J1 students, authorization from our office is required. Health insurance is always required for J1 students. Please reach out to Student Health for more information. And some specific US laws: marijuana is illegal for F1 and J1 visas holders. You must be 21 years of age to purchase and consume alcohol. And looking ahead, what's next? What else can you do once you get to USB? Campus involvement is a huge part of the US higher education system. You are here for academics, but being involved will enrich your experience here at UCSB and in the US, both in an overall socially, personally, and professionally. Our campus has over 500 organizations that fall under clubs for a vast difference of interests, cultural connections. You can always check on Shoreline, a UCSB website platform that lists all the different organizations. There's also Greek Life, a very unique part of the US higher education system where organizations come together to create a brotherhood or sisterhood. There's also opportunities for student leadership in the Residence Hall Association. Each residence hall has a little mini student government to help run decisions. And Associated Students is the overall campus student government that you can get involved in, which also has many, many boards, commissions, and units that represent many different interests. Other additional campus resources include the Basic Needs Department for food, financial, well-being, and technology needs, the RCSGD for anyone who identifies on any part of the LGBTQ plus community or identifies as part of the community, CARE helps supports sexual assault survivors, the Disabled Students Program supports temporary or permanent disabilities so that folks can still progress in their academic achievement. And of course, the Legal Resource Center, which is also part of Associated Students. You can contact them for landlord or roommate disputes, uh, tickets from the police, etc. Yeah, thank you so much for joining me. As I mentioned earlier, everyone at OISS and UCSB is very excited to welcome you, and we can't wait to have you be part of our campus. Thank you so much and have a great day.